Let me just say this right now. I think Jesse Iwuji is a great guy from what I've seen. It seems like that he has a big heart, actually loves NASCAR, and definitely has a place in the sport. Just not behind the wheel of a race car. Jesse Iwuji has been driving race cars since 2015. How he ended up getting a NASCAR license is beyond me. He's usually way off the pace, and he looks like a senior citizen out on the track. Just being honest. He's just in the way, and usually NASCAR just leaves him out there even though it's clear as day that he's not making minimum speed. There's been many cases where he's caused incidents because he's out there riding around way off the pace while others are approaching him at way faster speeds. He just looks completely lost out there. People can sit here and say, just give him more time, he'll improve. I haven't seen no improvement for him whatsoever. I'm concerned for him and his competitive safety out on the track. Just look how off pace he is when you look at the practice and qualifying times. He's nowhere near close, but somehow gets approved to race. Recently, he ran the back of Ty Gibbs under caution and possibly could have done way more harm to Ty Gibbs' car, but luckily, Ty Gibbs' car was still in solid shape. But just imagine if this was the championship race and Ty Gibbs was one of the final 4 drivers and Jesse made this mistake, but this time around, he did harm to Ty Gibbs' car and cost him the championship. It would be a really bad look, even though one race shouldn't determine the champion to begin with. But anyway, what a bad look it'll be for Jesse Iwuji, and what a bad look it'll be for NASCAR for just leaving him out there when it's clear as day that he's so far off the pace and he has no idea what's going on around him. I'm sorry, man, but Jesse Iwuji just isn't cut out to be behind the wheel of a race car. I know it sounds mean to say that, but literally everyone sees that except for him. Sometimes you just gotta look in the mirror and just realize that this isn't for me. For Jesse Iwuji's sake, I hope he comes to that realization soon. Now, after all of that being said, I don't want Jesse Iwuji to be completely out of the sport. I feel like he already shown that he can be part of the sport in a big way. One of the jobs he can take up in NASCAR is being a pit road reporter. We seen him in this role before when he did some pit road reporting for NBC, and he did a really good job in my opinion. It was like he'd done this for years, but really, it was his first crack at it. I wish he would have stuck to that. Jesse Iwuji seems like he's really good in front of the camera just by looking at some interviews he has done, and I feel like another role he can take is maybe doing some pre-race stuff for Fox or NBC, maybe be an analyst. Or the last option is helping teams get sponsorship. From what I heard, it seemed like he's really good at that, and if that's the case, that could be huge. Every team out there is always trying to find sponsorship. It's really difficult to come by nowadays. But yeah, these are a few roles that Jesse Iwuji could be in. I know this video may come off harsh, but I'm just being real. You guys can see whenever Jesse Iwuji gets inside of a race car, how bad he is. So I don't see how anyone could come to his defense when it comes to his driving ability. Once again, he seemed like a great guy, and I hope he stays in the sport, but that's my thoughts on Jesse Iwuji, the driver. Do y'all agree with what I said about his driving ability? Would you like to see him in other roles in the sport like what I mentioned in this video? Let me know in the comments. That'll be it for me. Y'all have a good one. Peace.